Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry that I had to skip out on you for a few days, but this is going to be a supersized GH recap from the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Unfortunately, it was my husband's birthday weekend, so in order to prepare for that and enjoy it all, I had to leave you kiddos for a minute. Anyway, let's get right into it because there's a lot to talk about. Okay, first of all, Wednesday, August 18th, episode opens. Nicholas was wrong about Spencer. But was he though? No, he wasn't. But they're going to cover that eventually. Right now, we have a lot that is happening. Sam tells Curtis about the call, and the call was the one with Drew. So now there's that situation. Drew trying to bribe the, what do you call that? Like the guard. I thought it was a good attempt, but I could tell there was something up his sleeve. We'll get into that. Oh, let's see. Oh, so Jason decides to threaten the 5 families. Now, one might say, oh, how could he do that? What is he thinking? He's Jason Morgan. He knows what he's doing. He got this, okay, guys? And also, he knows he's got some stuff to take care of. But the 5 families needed to know that, you know, Jason, the Corinthos organization, they're not to be trifled with. And they're not scared, y'all. Okay. Nobody is scared of you guys. All right, kidding. But yeah, they were mad that Carly wasn't at the meeting, which, listen, be in your feelings. That's fine. Stay mad. Nobody cares. Okay? The meeting was pretty tense, but I really I hate that I don't know each one of the family's names. I wish they could incorporate that more. We know that there's the Novak family, but I'm not sure what the other names of the families are, because the lady at the table, and maybe I just missed it, she was giving, and I was like, damn, she is no joke. And it's crazy because she was the one who kind of vouched for Carly to begin with. So I thought it was pretty crazy that she was the one dishing out, the most threats. Like, she's not for the foolery and shenanigans. They're worried that because Carly is a civilian, that she could turn to the feds and be a rat, and nobody wants to deal with that. So moving right along. Spencer says that Nicholas chose Ava over him. I mean, I guess he could feel that way, but it's like, we all know Spencer. Like, kid, you've been a problem since you were a little kid. Like, he's... I love the character development, though. Like, yes, he was a very entitled child, and now he's an entitled adult. I mean, it's just, that's the way it is. Yeah, for you guys, I draw on eyebrows. They look crazy. But anyway... And then we have Laura, aka Jeannie Francis, the queen, giving the monologue of 2021, just reading Nicholas for filth. I was like, yes, gather him. He's a mess. We are going to go ahead and, okay, so then there's like this scene of Drew apologizing to Scout for essentially abandoning her. I'm not really sure how that's going to play out, but I think once Drew gets back to Port Charles, which obviously it's General Hospital, he will do that. I think that they're going to have Scout a little bit older. I don't know how much older, but she's got to be older than Violet. So she's probably going to be like 8. She's not really that old, but I don't know how they're going to do this. Anyway. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the 19th. That episode, Thursday, was the bomb. Now, first of all, we have the 5 families threatening Carly, like basically telling Jason, you either marry her or get rid of her. And I was shook that they really took that stance. But, I mean, they're dealing in a lot of crime. What are they supposed to do? I get it. All right, moving right along. We have Spencer and Trina on the terrace. Everything is getting lovely, all cozy and sweet and romantical. And you see Trina put her little hand on Spencer's hand. And then, yeah, she shifts herself to the other side like, it is not going to be that easy, baby. And I was here for it. Laura tells Nicholas he's becoming a true Cassadine. Now, anybody who didn't see that coming, I don't know what you've been watching. Ever since he came back to Port Charles and he did that whole thing with Violet's mom, can't think of her name right now because she's been gone for so long. But I've been pretty Team Nicholas gets on my nerves, right? Because he's really annoying. His entitlement, his brattiness. I was happy when him and Ava were getting along, but it's like he should have chosen Spencer over Ava, period. We all know that. Ava knows that. It would have, but that's not where we are. It's just not. So let's get into it. Okay. Britt encounters some of the nurses and Dr. Terry. Now, I am loving that Britt is getting the redemption story that I kind of feel like Britt has needed for a long time. I like Britt. I've liked Britt for a long time. Even when she stole Lulu's baby, I'm sorry, I like Britt. And that was around, maybe not exactly the same time that they had changed Lulu's, but I was kind of hurt because I really liked the original Lulu. Now, don't throw tomatoes at me. The other Lulu, I'm so sorry, I don't know her name. I really have to look up her name. Emmy Ryland. We're going to figure that out and we'll get back to that. But anyways, Jason tells Carly that they need to get married ASAP. And I'm here for it. I'm ready for a wedding. Real life is dreary and a wedding is always nice. I wish they did something real beautiful like the wedding from Crazy Rich Asians. That was the most beautiful wedding I've ever seen in my life. I've said that many times and I stand by that. So we move back to the terrace at Windermere and creepy nurse comes onto the terrace with Spencer and Trina. Now we find out that I don't think she's a nurse because I'm trying to figure out if Spencer's not even 20 and the nurse and the girl's a nurse, but they met in school. I don't know. The timeline's not making sense. I'm starting to think she's just like a student nurse or maybe taking her clinicals. I'm not sure. I hope that they break that down for us at some point. But she is now officially introduced to us as Esme Prince, which I gotta say, that name is everything. Yes, give us good names. I love it. And Esme Prince kisses Spencer and is like, hey, who are you? And Trina's like, what? Oh, I'm just a friend, girl, and I'm about to leave. Deuces. And then we go back into the house and Laura is losing faith in Nicholas. I love that she's always been a very supportive mother of all of her kids, but Nicholas just is kicking that fail can heavy. We go back into, what is the name of Curtis's club? It won't come to me. That's fine. But we get into the Savoy. So we're at the Savoy and Terry is letting Britt know that she has to be the one to fix her own relationships with Epiphany and Bobby. And you know what? I'm going to say this. She does have to fix her own relationships. These are problems she brought onto herself. And she can't expect for Terry, being her co-pilot, dictate how people relate to her. That's not how any of this works. So at one point, Terry tells her, you want to talk, go talk to somebody. So Epiphany comes and they have a heart to heart, and Britt is feeling kind of like, are you gonna let me get some grace here or not? And I really feel like Epiphany was honest. Like, you took more than my job. You took my patience from me, and that was a lot to deal with because she's worked so hard. I mean, if you think about it, like, Epiphany has been with the hospital for years. And yeah, okay, moving right along. Britt buys the nurses some drinks and then she leaves. It felt really shitty to see Britt leave, looking back like, damn, y'all not even gonna say thank you. But I guess on some level, she deserves it. I just found it strange that even Elizabeth was being kind of a dick to her, because I feel like Elizabeth, out of everybody, has had the most opportunity to see Britt's growth. But it is what it is. Now, Trina tells Portia, okay, Trina left Windermere. Now she's at the hospital. She runs into Ava. She tells her how she's glad she's okay, about the car being set on fire and whatnot. And then she tells, Ava has to give her statement, excuse me, to the police. I'm sorry, guys. This was a very crazy weekend, and I was up for a very long time. I was up till 4:30 in the morning. And then, yeah, this is a side note. If you're not here for side notes, I'm sorry, but this is what it is. This is how I am. Very all over the place. But anyways, so after, I came home yesterday, I took a nap, but then I was up all night. So then I didn't wake up till almost the afternoon. Yeah. It was crazy. Anyway, it was the best time. Trina tells Portia about Esme and Spence, and it's awkward, but it is what it is. I really did love, though, side note, I loved how Trina told Portia, like, yeah, we have our issues, but you are not Nicholas Cassadine. You are a great mother. I love you. You don't have to worry about the job you're doing. He needs to focus on him and his kid. All right. Carly is panicked about marrying Jason because she's afraid she's going to lose her friend. And I get that. I really understand that that's something to fear, because every time Carly has fallen, she has landed on Jason. Now that she's going to be marrying him, who do you land on? But I'm going to tell you from my own personal experience, if you marry your best friend, you always have somewhere to land. Take that. Quote it. You're welcome. Moving right along, the wedding date is now set for September 17th. So what I concluded from that is that that's the day we can expect for Mike, aka Sonny, to get his memories back. Because, child, when I tell you, I am just about over Nina and her shenanigans. Okay? Over it. Over it. 1000%. Mike and Nina are at the, we are moving right along to August 20th, okay, my baby's birthday. And turns out we are at the Tano with Mike and Nina. And Nina is acting like everything's all normal. It's so crazy and cringy to watch her talk to Sonny, aka Mike, like she doesn't know who the hell he is. It's weird. I can't even. I'm like, you are nuts. Okay, so we're gonna have to be putting Nina in Shady Brook, right? Because she's lost her freaking mind. But they're talking about Phyllis and Lenny and their love story and how beautiful it was, and I appreciate that, but I'm not as attached to Lenny and Phyllis. Sorry. Moving right along. We have Jocelyn and Carly in the kitchen talking about what happened at Windermere and why Carly was in such a rush to leave Jocelyn in order to get to the meeting. Now, Joss is like, well, where'd you have to go, Mom? What did you need to do? Da, 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 da. And she's just, spitting these questions. And Carly's like, everything was fine. It was fine. I just had something to do. And then Joss, being the young and sweet girl that she is, I am so sorry. I really tried to take that yawn out. I tried to swallow it. I'm lucky I didn't pass out. Anyways, and she's basically like, oh yeah, you probably want to go meet Jason. You guys getting married. And that's true, sort of, but okay. You know what I forgot to touch on? And we'll get back to this. There was something I forgot. I don't think I wrote it down in my notes. But the whole situation with Obrecht and Jax plotting against Carly and Jason, I'm like disgusted. Like, first of all, Obrecht, aren't you tired of being in other people's fucking business? Aren't you just done being meddlesome and messy? No? Okay. All right. Okay, girl. I understand you're hurt about your daughter, but girl, leave Carly alone. She doesn't have problems. Leave her alone. Okay, moving right along. Back to where we were. Oh, then we have Cam and Trina meeting at Kelly's. And I am here for the way that the writers have made sure to just really develop these characters. Like, I love General Hospital. It's just my favorite show. Oh my God. But Cameron at work, I love it. I love it. I love that Trina has a job. Jocelyn keeps a summer job, but she's also an athlete, so she has a lot on her plate. But I love that Cam is always working at Kelly's. That's just, love it. Then we transition into, oh God, so sorry. That is so rude. And if I knew how to edit those out, I would, but I don't. We'll get there though. We will develop these skills. I'm learning as I go. And then we have Laura and Kevin come downstairs in their house to see a table full of food where they're both thanking each other. Neither one has done this. Then Spencer comes out and Esme comes out, and Laura's face was like the face crack of the century. Like, I know you don't have this trollop in my goddamn house. I was dead. I was like, oh, no, she did. Oh, no, she better don't. Anyway, that's an inside joke. If you know, you know. Anyways, and that is just very awkward. It's just awkward. Then we transition into Martin Gray trying to flirt with Anna Devane. And I'm just like, really? I have nothing against Anna. I actually, you know what? I take that back. I wasn't really like, my feelings are mixed because it's like, you are Valentine's lawyer. You know he's trying to get with her or something of that. You know that there's something there. But I like Martin because he's a little bit older than Anna's last boyfriend, Hamilton. And he kind of reminds me of Duke. And if you have been watching GH Forever, you remember Duke and Anna, which is simpatico, very beautiful. Then you have Valentine and Brooklyn being parents, right? Okay, it's very awkward because we know that that's not his baby. Austin texts Chase, quote, "I'm counting on you. Remember, they have it coming." And I'm just like, this only further makes me feel some type of way because as a police officer, I feel like Chase should have a little bit more ethics to be transparent, especially because based on his character, he's always kind of sought the truth, the honesty, and the justice. And it's like, you're very much not giving that. And I get that on one side, it may look like, oh, well, He's looking for truth for Austin. Okay, but be transparent about what you're doing there. Okay? Especially if somebody like Brooklyn, who is your friend. Oh, no. And then we have Chase making underhanded comments to Willow. I gotta tell you, while Chase is sitting in this chair and he's just kind of making these little digs at her, I honestly feel like he's turning into a psychopath. Like, I'm not understanding why it has to be like this. It's very awkward. It's very awkward. Now, moving right along, Laura wants to know, where did Esme come from? Who are her parents? Where did she come from? Why is she here, Ike? Why is she here? No, but for real, why is she here in my house with my grandson acting like she pays bills? Child. Okay. So Laura and Kevin, Esme leaves and is going to explore. Laura and Kevin are talking to Spencer about forgiving Nicholas and quickly shutting down the idea of cohabitation. Because Spencer is like, I'm not going back to Windermere, and I need to find somewhere for me and Esme to live. Ciao. Laura's face like, you're not going to be living together. I can tell you that right now. And I was dying because, no, they shouldn't be living together. That is so weird. Esme meets Cameron and Trina inside of Kelly's, looking for directions. She is not slick. I am not about her vibe. She is not giving what I need right now. She is giving all the creepy vibes. I feel like there's going to be some blackmail of Spencer. There's going to be some creepiness with Jocelyn. She's probably jealous of Jocelyn because, you know, Spencer used to have that big old crush on her forever. And so I just don't even know how that's going to pan out. Mike and Nina are going through Lenny's trunk, and then Mike finds a picture from Lenny and Phyllis's wedding where he then starts to have a memory of the blonde woman, Carly. And yeah, Nina's starting to look even crazier. She's like, well, was it a good memory or a bad memory? You knew he was married to Carly like 4 or 5 times, sis. Stop playing. You know it was a good memory. Who are you fooling with? Oh my God, the fool la la is driving me crazy. And then we go back to Anna and Martin, and he's still flirting, and Valentine overhears. And Valentine is visibly jealous. And I'm not really sure what this dynamic is going to bring. So stay tuned for that. Esme meets Jocelyn, and it's like the most uncomfortable feeling. She's sitting there telling Jocelyn, oh yeah, I know everything about you, from your scar, from your kidney transplant, to what your family really does. And I'm just like, hell to the no. This one's problematic. She gotta go. But I like that Jocelyn caught on to that shade really quick. Like, what? Oh, word? So we'll see how that goes. Mike and Nina are talking about some future that they might have. Make it make sense. And she looks at him in his face, and I just feel so sick to my stomach. She's like, I'm so glad you found like who you were really supposed to be, and this and this and that, and I'm so glad I got to be a part of it in Nixon Falls. Like, girl, what? You are never going to see Wiley again. I can't say that enough. She'll never see that baby again. She's done. It's a wrap. Sis, you're done. Willow calls Michael and wants to meet up. And this is where things get interesting, because she shut that door, but for some reason, when they shot back to it, the door was cracked open. It's the little things that I notice, especially if I watch the episode more than once. Then I'm like, oh, what's going on here? So Chase overhears her calling Michael, and he's visibly like pissed off, and now he's on a rampage to go find the proof so that Austin can get shares in ELQ. Those little few shares aren't really going to do that much except keep Valentina CEO. And again, I can't stress this enough. The company's doing well. I don't understand why that's a problem, but whatever. Martin Gray gets a strange phone call and he takes off. Anna and Valentine are confused and not really sure why that happened that way, but they're like, whatever. Then Brooklyn finds Chase's empty wheelchair. Hello. All the drama's about to unfold. But not before I get what I've been waiting for. Knock, knock, knock. Guess who's at the door? It's Mother Maxie, and she's there. And not only is she there, Nina is holding a picture of her, Sonny, Phyllis, and Lenny. Like, this couldn't have worked out better. It's about to unfold like cray-cray. Martin arrives at Laura's house, and he says, "Sister, I fear we are in trouble. I am so scared that that brother of his, Cyrus Renell, is going to come back." I'm like, I am shook about it. And I really don't know how to take it, especially because I don't know if anybody ever noticed this, but he was never in any of the credits. And I pretty much try to pay attention to all of them. He never had like a, you know, the little picture. You know, he didn't have one of those. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I thought that was just like a clear transition of an exit. So hopefully, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Trina takes off to the gallery to go check on Ava and really be supportive of her. I love their relationship. It makes me happy. Trina pretending not to care about Esme. That's cute, sis, but we know you care. I know you care. And I care that you care. Chase leaves a message on Austin's phone saying, "I found the proof." And Chase opens the door to see Brooklyn sitting in his wheelchair, and she's like, "It's nice to see you on your feet. Now what's really going on?" Episode ends, boom, bop, clap. And we are done with Friday. I was shook. And I really feel like there is so much stuff that's going to happen. It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot that's going on. We still have the whole storyline with Violet's mother being missing, her grandmother being killed. We have a lot to look forward to. But I want Drew back in Port Charles so we can get to the bottom of why he was gone, who kidnapped him. I don't even think he knows. So, I don't know. It's going to be crazy, but it's either Cyrus or it could be Heinrich. We don't know. We don't know. But I'm sorry that this was jam-packed with lots of yawns, very crappy notes, and several days late. So forgive me, but it had to happen this way. Your girl had a lot going on, but Babes turned, well, we're not going to put his age out there because then I got to disclose mine. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow because we have Monday's episode, which is going to, hopefully, I want to see some sparks fly in Nixon Falls because I'm done with Nina. I can't take it. It's driving me crazy. So, yeah. All right. See you soon. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay. Bye.